Welcome to Here They Come. So I'll give you a brief overview of the game. The game for 1 to 2 players plays in about 15 to 30 minutes. The solo plays a little bit longer with the extra brain processes involved. So first off, I want to apologize. Living here in Ecuador, it's not a very quiet area. So you'll have roosters and dogs and a lot of cars honking, so any background noise, I apologize for that. But Here They Come is a alien invasion semi-tower defense game. So the day we feared has arrived. The aliens are trying to invade Earth. Fortunately, we were able to scramble together last-minute defenses with these protective cannons. And so basically, the goal of the game is to prevent the aliens from getting past your cannons. And if you succeed in destroying all the aliens, you win. So let me just give you a little close-up in on the cards. These are dual-sided, extremely multi-purpose cards. So each card has 3 cannons on it. They can be a mixed match of. They're always they're either blue, green, or red cannons, and there's 3 on every card. It could be a mixture of colors, some duplicates. There's always 3 cannons on every card. And below this, we'll see the upgrade path, because normally each cannon would do 1 damage, but you can upgrade it to do 2 or 3 damage for each one of these. And so each card also has 3 actions / abilities you could choose. So there's always 2 actions on the sides. In this case, we got fire and upgrade. And then in the middle, there's always an ability. And so each card will have 3 options to it. So then if we flip the card, we go to the alien side, and I'll rotate this a little bit. So in this case, there's also three colored aliens. There's blue, red, and green. And each one of these is also double-sided. And so basically there's just a space to track their health, their code names, and then the abilities that the aliens have. And so eventually in the game, we'll destroy the one side, and then we'll flip over to the other side. And so in the course of the game, we'll basically face 6 aliens. Unless there's a campaign, which is a future addition I'm going to add to it. I made spaces for round 1, round 2, 3, and 4. But for right now, the base game, we're just starting to destroy 6 aliens. So that's a little bit of overview of the cards, and I'll stop here. Okay, now we'll show you the initial setup. So there's only 9 cards, of course, and so you're going to shuffle the cards up. And you're going to deal 1 over to here. This is like the alien horde area. So we'll deal 1 face up. We don't see what kind of alien it actually is. And then each player will get 4 cards. Oops. I got some lock points set up here for when we actually set up. Okay, so I can put 4 cards here. Okay. Sorry about that. I'm trying to see. So each player, and most of the play is simultaneously. So each player is going to choose 1 card to be their actual cannon to see what they want face down. So we can kind of zoom in here. And so just to do it, let's say let's put this guy here. So we place this guy in front of us, and then we also choose, and we can look at the back of these, we choose 1 alien to put over here. Now we can't discuss what we're doing here. Let's see. Okay, let's just put this, and we'll put it face up so our partner, we're trying to do this simultaneously, but we'll place it face up so the partner doesn't see what kind of alien we put there. So now these cards become our hand. And so let's see, we're gonna flip over to player 2 and we'll do the same thing for him. So sorry about the confusion with flipping and okay, let's see. Let's see here. We got a couple red fires, which I'll explain later. So I'm going to go the one with the 2 red cannons. I'll place him there. And then, well, all 3 of these have red fires. Let's see. And we'll just put this guy here. So these 2 become our 2 cards. And now we have, let me flip back here. Okay, so now we got the 3 alien cards. So we got to flip these over. So we can put these guys together. Let's shuffle them up. Now see, here's the tricky part with Tabletop Simulator. So in the real game, you would kind of do a split shuffle. So you'd shuffle some, rotate some, just to get the random order of the aliens. Tabletop Simulator doesn't really have that, so I just made these little cards where I'm going to shuffle these up. I'll put one here. And basically it says, these say flip or don't flip. Okay, so let's, oh, there's a bug for Tabletop Simulator. Okay, so the first one we're not going to flip. So the red alien's going to be placed down. And we're going to place him in the first column here. And if you notice, there's these little lines. That's showing the first column. These are, so basically there's 3 columns that the aliens are going to go through. So we're going to place him in the first one. So the second one, we're going to flip. So let's rotate him. And we'll stack them up so you got the 3 aliens in a row. And this one we're not flipping, so okay. So we got our 3 aliens. We can actually get rid of this. It's not going to be important now. We got the 3 aliens. That's our adversaries. When we destroy one, we flip it to the other side and place it at the back. So that ultimately we go through them each card 2 times, so we face 6 aliens. And so the final part of the setup is we place a die on each one of these cannons. They don't have to be color coded. I just did it because of it's easy on Tabletop Simulator. And so then each one of these will get a health die. So these are our energy. This is basically how many shots each one of these can do. Not the damage, it's just the energy, how many shots. And now these guys are going to get health die. And so we start off going sequentially. So this guy's going to have 1 health. This guy's going to have 2 health. And this guy is going to have 3 health. Oops. And so eventually the second wave, or when we rotate these ones, they'll get 4, 5, 6 respectively. And so these cubes are just for tracking upgrades and potentially further development, maybe various round bonuses or up the difficulties or special abilities of some of these players. But that's hasn't been developed yet. So that's our initial setup, and we're ready to go. And so I'm going to pause here. Okay, so I'm going to show you a sample turn now. First, let me zoom in on these aliens. As you can see the abilities, what they have. So this is what we're facing. So they each have their own ability. So like this one, John can't be shot by green cannons. Well, fortunately, between the 2 of us, we only have 1. only cannons of one color can hit this enemy each turn. So, for instance, if she was in this first column, me and my partner could not both target her. So only one can hit her. So that's a little bit of a bonus for her. And here's the tricky one. This guy has the leader ability, which is one of the most probably dangerous ones. If this alien is in rear of the horde, the front aliens share abilities. So she's so now both of them can't be hit by green cannons, and both of them can only be hit by one cannon each turn. So that's what we're up against, and this can change if for some reason it gets shifted around, and he's not in the front. That goes away immediately. Likewise, if we destroyed John, we would rotate him and put him in back. And so this guy is no longer in the rear. That ability would go away immediately. So this is like a constantly shifting battle we're fighting here. So let me go back to, I'll go to the player one view. So I have to choose between my two cards how to use them. Now abilities, they can be used basically any time. I could choose the order of when they trigger, but I still have to put them in a cannon spot. It doesn't matter where, but basically I do have to place them onto the board. So let's see. And so my partner's doing this at the same time, and we can't communicate. So I think I'm going to. She can't be hit by two at the same time. So I think I'm going to do my ability, long range, may target enemy one row ahead or behind. And so I'll just place this in the middle. And this is how this works. So this area, I'll go like this. This area over here is where you're going to place your card for your first cannon. Right in the middle would be the card you're going to place for the second cannon. And this area over here will be for the third cannon. So this doesn't matter. I'm gonna just put her down anywhere, or her. I'm gonna place this card down here for the third cannon, even though it's not going to target. I'm using its ability. So, and then I'm going to fire. Now, you notice these are color coded, and so if I can use this fire ability for any color cannon, but if I used it on a green cannon, like if I had placed it over here, there'd be a bonus ability that would trigger in. And that's for all of those. There's like upgraded abilities. There's but in this case, I'm using it for the blue cannon. And it's just going to be a normal fire action. However, I'm going to combo it with my long range ability. Now realize this is going on simultaneously without discussion. This is kind of like I know what my partner's doing. Hopefully he knows what I'm doing. Mind think. So if I was not playing this solo, I would actually flip this. Oops. Probably not that way in real life, but either way. But I'd flip it so I'm indicating I've played. I mean, he could tell I'm using an action, and this is going to be an ability, but he doesn't necessarily know what they are, because we're going to do a simultaneous reveal later. So let me go look at the player 2. Oh, I think I messed that up. Okay, let's see here. Sorry about this. Hope you don't get dizzy. Okay. So in this case, it's going to kind of be reversed, where this area is for the first cannon, below is for the middle, and this area over here will be for his last cannon. So let's see here. Oh, look at this. Okay, well, this is easy. If you destroy a full health enemy in one shot, upgrade one tower. Okay, well, this is kind of easy for the first round because that guy's only got one health. So we'll put that there, and I'll do a red fire here for over here. So his cannon, let me go explain what's going to happen with his upgraded ability. Okay, so he's going to do the red fire, and what basically that allows that to do when basically the red fire ability or an upgraded fire ability allows all cannons to fire of that same color on your side of the board. And then this is a may action. You don't have to do that because right now this cannon can't hit anything. So he's just going to do a red fire just basically for its normal fire action, truly. So, okay, so we've both selected simultaneously. Let's get back over to here. We're revealing what's happening. So now let's go back to the overhead view and we'll see what. Okay, so now we can discuss. Now we can discuss what we're going to do because some cards and combos might have timing issues that beneficial in which way they fire. So actually in this case, we don't really have any kind of conflicting or we don't have to worry about how that's being done. So we can basically just go ahead and both take our actions. So I'm going to just do a blue fire. I'm going to do 1 point of damage, but I'm going to use my ability here, this long range. May target enemy 1 row ahead or behind. And so I'm going to target Ivy. So she's going to do 1 point of damage, so she's going to go down to 1. So now we used an energy. So actually, we lower this down. Of course, we don't have a 0 spot on our die. So we actually just set it off to the side for right now. So that card has no energy. We'll need to take like a charge action or an upgrade action to kind of get him back into play. But he did his job. He targeted her for 1. So that's it for this side. And then now this fire action, he's just going to fire this one here against John. So actually what I'll do is, let's do his abilities first. So he's going to remove that die because it goes down to 0. His ability here, this is easy. If you destroy a full health enemy in one shot, upgrade 1 tower. Because basically he is going to destroy this because it only has 1 point of damage. So he's going to upgrade a tower. Boy, we got a lot of reds and red combos. So let's going to upgrade a red here. So we'll do that front one. So now this one's going to do 1 + 1, so 2 points of damage every time it shoots. Of course, right now he has no energy, so we gotta take care of that. So now what happens? Okay, let's see how this works on Tabletop Simulator. John has been destroyed. Yeah, it's gonna be a little tricky here. Okay, well, let's put that there. Back. We'll put these back. So John has been destroyed. So he goes to the back of the horde, and then we rotate him. So now we're facing the other alien. And now remember, we go in sequential order. So now this one's going to be a 4. So we're going to place this one here at 4. So now let's look at the enemy screen here. So he's a leader also. So the front of the aliens share abilities. So even though he has no ability to share, he will get this adaptive ability uh, from Ivy. So he can only be hit by one color each turn. So that could come into play here. So anyway, so that's basically the end of the round. So what we're going to do is the horde is going to advance. So they're going to move down one column. Fortunately, we got rid of the front guy. So they're still basically in the front column. But they could come all the way down. And then gameplay. Oh, there's one more other thing, but I'll tell you. But the game, you either destroy the 6, like these 2 would be destroyed, and then we face their alternate sides. Or if one gets down to this area, because you got the 1, 2, 3 columns here, if one alien gets down, because after every round they're going to move up 1, so if one gets down to here, you automatically lose. So that's the win conditions. So now in a 2-player, let me show you here. Go back to the overview. So at the end of the round, oh, I messed it up. All right, well, let's do this. So at the end of the round, each player looks at their 2 cards, and this, once again, this is simultaneously. Looks at their 2 cards and has to give one to their partner. And this is basically simultaneously, so you can't discuss this target either. So I'm looking at he could use this red upgrade since he's got the 2 red things. Okay, I'm going to give him this. You know, he doesn't know that. And then, will this work? Let's see. I keep on overriding my things. Yeah, that's not going to work. And then he's going to give me he's going to give me well, my front cannon's a blue, so maybe he'll give this to me so I can upgrade that or charge it. If I charge it, it'll bring it back onto the board. And upgrade can do that also, but so he gives me that charge. So basically, we kind of playing, even though we only have 2 cards, we kind of randomize it up and try to think of each other. So basically, outside of the post-reveal, how do we apply our actions? We can't discuss our long-term plans or specific, cards. We could probably discuss, oh boy, he's a threat or that kind of thing, but no specific discussions on how to play our cards. And so that's it for the first round. Trying to think what I might have forgotten. Well, just a note, you might have noticed once you place the initial card down for your cannons, these don't come into play at all. These can be ignored. The abilities and actions on that initial card. And we're just focusing on that first card. We're just focusing on the cannons and the upgrades. So anyway, I hope you get to try it and love to hear some feedback. Thank you very much. One last thing I forgot to mention is that for solo play, obviously not simultaneously selecting a card to go to the other player at the end of the turn. So what I've done for solo play is just gather all 4 cards, shuffle them up, and then deal 2 to each. This way you still get the randomness and you can't ultimately plot out the whole game. So it's just a little twist for the solo play.